All right, you groovy grasshoppers. I should have started the show a few minutes ago. I got Mark all wound up there. We started talking about politics. Man, is he on fire?
Yeah,
The great Mark Puttenvink from Patriot Training Systems. How are you doing there, brother?
good. The problem is, even you can't believe everything you read on the internet.
I know.
Abraham Lincoln said that many years ago.
Swear to God, when you do that to me, it happens over and over. I'm thinking, okay, is he being serious or is he? Your delivery is unbelievable. Very nice, very nice. Well done.
You guys,
all right. So, how many universes? We're up to 24 universes now.
Yeah, pushing 25. Probably by Wednesday it'll be 25.
Yeah. But seriously, I know you're joking around there, but it's really like the stuff you see like on reels and these videos and everything. People sell it so good that it's like you either believe nothing or you believe everything.
With AI, I think you'd see McDavid talking about.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know, you'd go, wow,
yeah,
it's pretty harsh. Yeah.
Said Edmonton sucks. I do this all by myself and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Well, they do say, so people they warn people, okay, don't send pictures of your kids out. So they'll do AI and then they'll pretend the kids are kidnapped, right?
Yes. I know we all, and I was guilty of it. I am now to a certain extent, but my kids are now 33 and 30, 32 and 30. But yeah, I would be very reluctant because, they put up the picture of like kindergarten graduation. They put the school name on it, the kid's name. And you've seen this before or read about where they'll walk up to a child and say, hey, your mother and father were in a bad car wreck. Your uncle called me because I work with your dad to come and get you. What's a 5-year-old kid going to do? They're going to
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
So it's a problem.
Are you, I'm going to be careful with names here, but are you into, you understand what channeling is?
Oh, yeah.
What's your definition?
Well, again, I've come to believe that everything's a frequency.
Right.
And that certain people can tap into another frequency. We've talked about it before, that book I read about the CIA and the people they had that were gifted that way. Yeah, I think they can just tap into another frequency that we can't.
Right. I had a buddy of mine who got into all the ayahuasca and the psilocybins and everything. And it's really tapped into, he's run the phone a couple of times and he's mentioning things in my past. And I'm like, how the heck does he know this stuff?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
He really believes that we all have the ability to do that. Just a lot of us have kind of closed our minds and we don't allow ourselves.
Yeah, we block it for some reason. Yeah. There's got to be a reason for it. But yeah, I think it's possible. I think it's very possible.
Yeah. Well, my father, I told you, he was a water witch. So he would carry a stick in a shape of a triangle kind of, and it would spin down to point down to the ground where the water was. And farmers would come from miles around to get my father to go to their farm, so they didn't have to drill multiple wells to get to the water. And I never thought to ask him, just because I always knew that that's what he did. I never thought, like, how did he know that he was a water witch? Like,
well, I think part of that is like when you're walking on Earth, they call it grounding. You're supposed to do it. It's supposed to be very healthy for you.
Yeah.
And I guess certain people can ground and get to where they're connecting to where the water is. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, totally. Well, it's funny because I was so close-minded before. I never really. I said, okay. Again, all I knew was that he was a water witch. He always was. And I never thought to ask him. Yeah.
I told you about the one guy, Joe. I think his name was McConnelly or something like that. But anyway, he worked for the CIA. He was a seer. He did some incredible work there. But in private life, he lives, I think, in Kentucky. He got a call from a sheriff, and there was a 5-year-old boy that was missing. And he said, tell your deputy to drive out to this coordinate, walk 1,032 steps, and the kid will be there.
Over the phone, he did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's amazing that we have that ability to do that.
Yeah.
Our magical veteran buddy was up in Niagara Falls.
Yeah, it looks like he had a great trip. He really did. Yeah.
I told him he was going ziplining, and I was sending me a video. So,
did you ever do that?
No, I haven't. I don't know if I
hate heights, man. Cool with heights.
Yeah.
I had to do it because I was with
Susan. Sorry.
I was with the kids and stuff, but you come in pretty hot. Like, I don't know where, but and it's like this big spring that you hit. It goes like this. Oh. Well, my neck and my back and my shoulder, because I got a bad neck.
Right.
Man, it jacked me up, but it was cool. It was fun.
That's funny. I know. Oh yeah, I know. I'd be one of those guys. Be like, I'd get up there and I was like, oh God, I don't want to do this.
Well, I wore yellow shorts just in case.
I have to wear brown ones.
Yeah.
Deb, how you doing, you magical creature? So what was the weekend like? What'd you do? Nice weather. We had a little rain, right?
Well, it was hot, but I mean, Saturday worked. Yesterday I worked. Went to my cousin Brendan. His son graduated high school. We had a high school gathering for him. Our party, graduation party.
Nice.
Yeah.
Deb and I are wrapping up the book.
Good.
Just seems like it was way more than I anticipated. Be like even the cost of it. If you want to use like colored pictures, you have to price it like,
Yeah.
what would people want to pay for? It's like a 280 page book, but I mean, most people are like 20, $25 now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. But just if you use colors pictures, print it pretty much eats up all that.
Oh yeah.
Money.
Yeah,
So it's
for sure.
Doing it for charity. Money's overrated. I don't win I think I win the Powerball. You ever seen these what do they call it? The
Documentaries on the people that win it.
no, this houseboat, not houseboat. What is it? Travel like what is it called? I had one too. It's a RV. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
that's what you want to get.
Yeah. Well, they got this one there. It's all solar panels and everything. You should go off in the woods there. You could live there. Big water tank and a whole bit. So you live there for weeks with no.
Yeah, so Beth and I are going to North Carolina in August, and we've been kicking it back and forth. We're going to drive.
Yeah. So
what we'll do is we'll find a scenic route that we can stop at a couple of historical sites on the way down to North Carolina, because we I mean, to fly, the cost of it, I don't really care about but just flights canceled, it's delayed. You got to sit next to people.
People are jerks too. Some of the stuff people are doing to each other now.
Yeah,
oh, man.
Like
everybody. I think it's gotten worse where everybody just feels like everybody's being rude to me, so I'm just going to be not nice.
100%. People are, in general, at least where I live, really ready to snap.
Yeah, I know.
It's unfortunate, but there's a lot of stressors around here.
I know. Between
traffic and everything else, and then every time you walk into the grocery store and you go, I didn't get anything. It's $75.
I know. So nice. Looked like the neighbors, an elderly couple. Their relatives were over, and they looked like it was their kids who had kids themselves. Mm-hmm. They were going to a baseball game. It looked like they're playing catch in the parking lot with a hardball. And I'm thinking, okay, there's other places to go. There's fields. Yeah. I mean,
there's windshields there to take out.
Yeah. I resisted the urge to go out and say something. I thought, you know what, Tom? Even if it gets broken, they're paying for it. So,
well, my mother's father, was right off the boat from Italy, always saying how America's great, baseball's a great game, and America's great, flew the American flag every day and all that kind of stuff, right? So he would always say baseball, 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 until when I was at the farm one day, his farm, and one got away from me, and I took out a big picture window.
Oh.
So I looked at him and go, baseball is a great game, right?
Well, playing lacrosse as a kid too. We're always outside playing lacrosse, and I broke a few windows too. My parents had a lot of patience. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Let me see our boy William Contradidiac. I'm so someone that first. In a while. Yeah, I can't find anyone who wants to go. Did you go by yourself? Going by myself on a vacation sometimes is pretty cool. Right? You just do what you want to do.
I've been over in Europe by myself a bunch of times, and it's not for work, but still have time to travel and get around. I kind of like being alone. Yeah, doing something like that.
Yeah. The Hockey Hall of Fame is pretty cool. You've been to the Hockey Hall of Fame, Charlie? Oh yeah. Yeah. I've gone in that one just so people want to know for sure. In case you're wondering, don't be looking for me.
Where's your?
Actually, I'm in the Brampton Sports Hall of Fame, which is just outside of Toronto, and the Northern Michigan University Sports Hall of Fame.
Very cool.
Yes. Yeah. Our good buddy Walt Kyle just got inducted to that a couple of years ago himself. Yes.
Yeah. Well deserved.
Yeah. Walt was assistant coach when Mark was working with the Rangers. Mm-hmm. And he told a funny story about how he got there. He had to transfer. He transferred from BC.
BC.
Yeah, BC. So he had to miss a year because he transferred. So that would be my junior year. So we played together my senior year. But we were good friends, he and his brother and I. And he told a story that the coach made him a captain. Mm-hmm. He sat him down. He said, look, listen, make no mistake, Tom Laidlaw is the leader of this team. He said, but I need you to follow and Tom around and make sure he somehow stays out of trouble or whatever. So we end up 2 days after coach had this conversation with him, we go to a bar, and it's a Navy base. Navy Air Force base outside of Marquette. And so a bunch of our Air Force guys are in this bar we're at. Of course, we get into a big brawl. Like the whole team's there. And so the next morning, coach calls in Walt and says, what happened? I told you to watch over. He says, I did. I followed him everywhere. He says, there's nobody that's going to follow that guy. Or nobody's going to lead that guy. He said, I didn't realize I was that bad where I just was like, I wouldn't listen to anybody.
That's like when Derek Sanderson was playing junior in Niagara Falls, they hired a detective because he was already going hard then. Yeah. They hired a detective to follow him.
Who's this now?
Derek Sanderson.
Oh, really? Oh, did
yeah, and then it turned out that Derek took, talked him into drinking with him and hanging out.
That's right, Barry. I apologize. You're right. The other Hall of Fame I'm in is the Rink of Dreams up in Cooperstown, New York.
Yeah.
3 Hall of Fames. Man, that's pretty good.
Did you ever skate up in Camp Borden? Speaking of military bases, Camp
No,
Borden.
I believe I did. No.
It's up by Schaumburg, Allison, up around that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we're not used to that here. A military base having a rink.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
Yeah.
West Point's got a rink, right? Or East Point?
Well, West Point, yeah.
West Point. Why do they call it West Point?
Well.
Is there a reason? Have I stumped you? Have I stumped you that you don't?
Me. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to fire up the Google machine later.
The reason I say that is Mark knows everything.
Except for that. Yeah.
That's the only one. That's the first time I stumped you.
Yeah.
All right. So Game 7 tonight in Florida. Man, Edmonton's taking over, right? Not just winning, but the way they're winning.
So we have to give a lot of respect and due to, is it Brendan Duffy? Yes.
Oh, yeah. There's Brendan. And,
I'm telling you, because Edmonton is used to this type of travel. Florida is not.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
I wonder if that's really playing into this, because they've got it down to a science, because every trip for them is like this.
Yeah. They hired some mental health coach too that they've got working with them.
Who Edmonton did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
But yeah, the sleep thing. So
yeah,
I know, because like Brendan sent me a book. It was Vancouver had a sleep coach because they're faced with the same issue with the travel.
A sleep coach.
Yeah, to set up a protocol for the team to follow or try to follow to deal with jet lag. Yeah.
So drinking a beer and falling asleep doesn't work.
That's from the 70s
and 80s.
In 80s.
It is funny though the way we lived back then. Yeah. It's drinking beer and we did foods and diet and everything.
No, but everybody was the same, so it was across the board.
That is true. Yeah, that is very true.
If you did it now, you'd be old for 82.
I know. Imagine sitting having a beer right now on the plane and everybody really looking at you. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Is that non-GMO?
Yeah.
Is it organic? Is it gluten-free beer?
I saw a video a few years ago. Brandon Press was on the Rangers and they were out for dinner. And he had a couple of beers at dinner, and you could tell the guys were like, "Oh, just like I can't believe you're having a couple of beers."
Yes, get that out of the picture. Yeah.
Oh, funny stuff. I love hockey more than life, and it is kind of late. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the bad thing about this summer. Do we have nothing going on in Summer World Juniors or nothing like that, or no? Right? That's played earlier in the year.
Yeah, World Juniors in Christmas. Yeah.
Christmas time. Yeah, there's nothing. I feel the same way. I try to watch baseball, and
I know.
I can't.
I know.
I mean, I haven't watched it recently because they do have a time clock now, but still,
there's no personalities. Like remember back in the 70s and the 80s, the Pittsburgh Pirates and all those guys. Rooting for Edmonton, Kenny Holland, their GM started a pro career. Binghamton played for the Dusters. Is he still there? I thought he got moved aside. They brought in Connor McDavid's agent actually. Jeff.
I don't know.
Kenny Holland's a good man too. He's good.
And who's the coach? Knobloch, right?
Yep. Yep, been the Rangers assistant or a coach in Hartford. I know. You know what? He really carries himself well. He made a big call there the other day on that offside call that a lot of people may not have challenged because if he was wrong on that call, they'd be down.
So what do you think? Flip coin today, or?
I actually think it's not a coin flip. I think it's a domination by Edmonton.
Me too.
Yeah, I just think the buttholes for Florida's going to be a little tight in front of their own building.
They're squeezing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen the Huck Tua girl?
Yes. It's amazing how somebody can be just nobody, then in an instant be world famous like that.
And isn't it funny? Like I'm sure there's other people that have said similar things.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason,
the way she did it, her animation and everything, she was cute kid.
Yeah, spit out. Yeah, she's cute. And the other girl was funny too, and she was going, "Oh my god, I can't believe she's saying anything."
That was awesome.
It's unbelievable how she better hire an agent.
Like,
she better. I know, right? They better hire an agent. Like she should be making money off this thing.
She's trademarking.
Yeah.
Because you know the guy. Let's get ready to rumble.
Yes.
Boxing.
Yeah.
He trademarked it. He makes a lot of money.
Is that right?
A lot of money.
She should.
They use it in advertising. Yeah, she should. Yeah.
She's
there's all kinds of memes now.
I know it's funny. Like the attachments to it and everything. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, Hot Tua. Just spit on that thing.
That's amazing.
I know. Imagine the poor father. He's got to go to work. Oh God.
Yeah.
And they're trying to find her too. They can't. They said they can't find her.
She's in hiding.
Yeah.
We saw your daughter over the weekend.
Yeah.
No, it's not her.
She says she's got a boyfriend too. That's the boyfriend.
No, he's happy.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's
He's
true.
like, hey, man. Look,
Everybody's patting him on the back. She's a great girlfriend.
Attaboy.
The way she does it is just incredible.
That's
too.
what it is. Her whole animations and stuff.
So let's her and a friend who got out to, it looks like a whole bar or one of those like college towns. She sounds like she's got like a southern accent or something too. So
something, yes.
yeah. And these guys are asking the guys asking her a question. What's the one thing? And there's more to the interview too. Like she says some other stuff about having. So how do you get how do you get over a relationship? Well, you get on one and under the other one, or was it? Yeah.
They already have T-shirts.
Yeah. Oh, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's amazing because it's just why was that grabbed? Like, why did everybody grab onto that? Right?
Yeah, you wonder. Yeah. I mean, stuff you see on Instagram.
I know.
Some of it's hysterical.
Oh, I get so addicted to it. I can't get off that reel thing and just go on.
It's bad.
Yeah. And then there's the thing, there's some that are just plain funny, but other ones are like, okay, is this real or is this?
A lot of stuff you've seen in gyms where guys are doing pull-ups with the bench attached to them and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time you did it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But now it's
right. There's been a couple of military guys that do some pretty good stuff. Like they're doing like this sit-up thing and they got a barbell and the whole bit. Yeah.
Yeah. But it gets
What was the other one? Who's your daddy? What's your daddy? Oh, I can't. There's one about who's your daddy kind of thing. The guy is very funny. It's in a grocery store, and he leads the guy into saying, "What's your daddy?" or "Who's your daddy?" Well,
what's amazing? This one guy walks up to people, mostly women, just says, "What do you do for a living?" Because they're like well dressed and this and that.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to hear the responses because, it's pretty cool.
How about the guy goes up, grabs the phone, like he's in Costco or something like that, grabs the phone, farts in the phone, so it goes on the loudspeaker.
Oh, sorry.
That kind of stupid stuff. Just, I got to do that. Oh.
But you're in the Costco. Speaking of Hall of Fame, Barry Shelley, he's in the Costco Hall of Fame as well.
Should be. I don't know if I'm officially in there yet, but I should be for sure. Yeah.
You've been nominated for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Gotta get my car fixed too. The transmission's gone to crap. The problem is though, there's so much stuff like with Instacart or Instacart. You don't have to go anywhere now. You just order like.
Well, yeah.
So scary. Like you never leave the house.
This grocery store's right here, so it's like it's like a ritual for me to go.
Well, the liquor store for me is about a 10-15 minute walk. So the other day it was before Father's Day, so I'm gonna be hanging out with the boys. So I went and bought a big case of vodka, and I'm walking. It's up a hill too. So I can't remember her name. She follows us all the time. Really nice person. We'd gone for a walk at Todd's Point one time. She sent me a message like, "Wow, it's amazing you're carrying. How much did that box weigh?" She didn't see there was a box of Smirnoff. She thought I was exercising.
You had rocks in it.
Yeah. Didn't have a heart to tell her that, it wasn't exercising.
So, I think Edmonton tonight. But you never know, man.
Yeah. I'm going to go with like a 3-1 game, and then they have to Florida has to pull the goalie late. You know what I keep waiting for to happen is Skinner to have a bad game, but he's not had a bad game yet. He's good.
Yeah. So what do we do with the Rangers? I mean, we got.
That's right. So since we have done a show, they got rid of what's his name?
Goodrow. Yeah.
I understand the logic with the money part of it.
Money part of it.
Yeah, but the character part of it.
Exactly. Guys like that, you pay.
Yeah. And then, so a big ticket for Trouba. My mind's shot today.
What do you think of Uwe Krupp?
Yeah, it's a big red shot.
I haven't heard that name in a long
I know.
time. Yeah.
So big money on Trouba. Left 8.5 mil. I think roughly that's the number. Coming off a bad year. The thing is too, even if they tried to trade him, they're probably gonna have to eat part of the salary. Nobody else is gonna pick that up.
You would think, it's a lot. But then again, I'm not so sure I give up on him.
Oh, I agree. But it's the cap space I'm thinking about. So they signed Capo Caco to an easy contract that's $2.5 million.
And that's so they could trade him.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. But
Give him a shot at the start of the year, see what goes on. But at some point,
I'm probably going to get some flack for this. But those two other plugs are stuck with. What are you going to do with those two guys?
And Drury, Larry Brooks wrote about this. Drury really did a good job. Kind of a little bit of a brave, not brave move, but so Goudreau had a 15-team no trade.
Right.
San Jose was one of the teams he did not want to go to. But there's a difference between no trade and a no move. No trade means you can't trade him. No move means you can't get movement at all. So instead of trading him, he worked out a deal with San Jose. I'm assuming he's going to give something to San Jose later on for them to do that.
Why do you think he wouldn't want to go to San Jose? Just because they're not doing well, or?
Yeah, he's a competitor. I think he wants to win. They're 3 or 4 years.
You spent a lot of time there. It's a good town to be in, right?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful up there. Man, that's a great place to play. Yeah. So, all right. So then they've got to make more cap space, though, right? Because they're still going to get Shesterkin signed next year.
Yeah, I mean,
they can't wait long on that. Now, Larry Brooks also wrote a great article today or yesterday talking about how with Edmonton now with Skinner as their goaltender, now within one win from winning the Stanley Cup, do you really need that all-star goaltender to win?
Well,
yeah. But you look back, Vegas last year, they had really a backup goaltender, Aiden Hill.
Yeah, I guess there's pros and cons to it. I'd rather go with the world-class guy if it doesn't take away money from the rest of the team.
Yeah. But you think Kemper won it with Colorado. Most people didn't look at him as the number one guy. But then you go Vasilevsky with Tampa, right? Do they win without Vasilevsky? Right?
Yeah. I mean,
where do the Rangers go if they don't have Shesterkin? Right? Do they get out of the first round?
No.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, that's abundantly clear that those games that they hung in there with Florida because of him. Yeah. Even Carolina. I mean, Carolina was pounding them pretty hard too, and he just held them in there. So, I mean, historically, I think it goes both ways, right?
Yeah.
With goaltending, you had the Patrick Roys of the world and Marty Brewers and those kind of guys.
Yep.
But then every once in a while, like to your point, you get a guy like Skinner you can win a cup with.
Yeah. But you've also got Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl too, so that's
a couple other guys.
And there's nobody else in the league like those guys. So it's kind of I see Larry's point and makes a good point, but kind of it's hard to really tell when you've got Connor McDavid. Although Connor McDavid didn't get a point or a shot on net last game, they won 5-1.
So I think the takeaway from that also though is that occurs, but the other team is still so concerned about him.
Yeah.
The other guys get a little bit. They get that extra space a little bit.
Yeah. I was watching. I like that Ekman Larson there for Florida, great defenseman. But I watched him. See what's happening with McDavid now. McDavid has got into everybody's mind now too. Like they're playing him differently than they're playing everybody else. So Larson, McDavid came in. The one he passed over to Corey Perry for the tap in
was filthy.
But Larson you could see he was so worried, like he's leaning way forward, so he loses all his mobility instead of like sitting back on the chair like you're supposed to as a defenseman. But I understand why, because you think I've got to get the puck off the stick, right away. Easier said than done.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. When you have a player that's that dynamic, what do you do? I mean, you can't.
I know. I think the big thing is don't let him get going. Right? It's like easier said than done, though. You say the forwards, okay, cut him off before he gets going. Yeah, the coach is going 100 miles an hour. Right?
I know. Yeah. It's almost like for the other players in baseball. If you're batting in front of a home run hitter, they got to pitch to you. They don't want to walk it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like similar to that in some respects.
Yeah. Susan brings up a good point here about goaltending with the Rangers. They do have Jonathan Quick in net that they could play, but that's limited.
Yes. And again, he had a great year.
Yeah, he did.
But he'd be the first one to admit, listen, I'm not the guy. It's Shesterkin.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, let's say even if you make the decision, we don't want to pay him $12 million. Well, he's going to get $12 million someplace.
Right. And Quick's only got a year or two, maybe 3 left. If that.
Yeah, that's the thing. So at the end of next year, he'll be a restricted free agent. Shesterkin will be. That means, restricted, yes. That means another team can make an offer to him that the Rangers can match. But nobody else is going to make an offer, are they?
What do you think about Lindgren?
Love him, which is bigger. To me, he's what you need more of on the team. And you lost Goudreau now, and you understand why, because of money. But they need his attitude. So if you move him or whatever, same thing with Trouba. Like they need his attitude. He's got to play better than he did this year. But
I still question moving him from the first unit. I really think that.
Yeah, that's you're the captain of the team. And you kind of get demoted.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like the message there. I don't know why, because he started off the year well. Until he got hurt.
Yeah, I think he's that guy that tries to do too much. He cares too much and tries to do everything out there instead of just doing his job.
Yeah. And then I think psychology is telling me that if you have less minutes, I got to do something like now.
Oh yeah, totally.
Right? Kind of thing.
Yeah. You worry about making mistakes.
Right.
Again, watching the in 80-81 the playoffs, we played LA in the second game, we had a big brawl. So we ended up finishing like the last period with only like 3 defensemen. It's myself and Gresh and Carol Vadney. I'm watching myself play. I was doing things I never, because I just didn't
Yeah.
think at all. I was just
Right.
playing. Yeah.
Playing on just
Yeah.
no, that's the way you should play. That's kind of like when you get in that zone, where you're not really thinking.
Yeah.
Your body, it's like an out of body experience. Like
Yeah. Totally.
things just happen.
Hold on here, guy. Hold on. All 24 universes. Are you awake out there? Are you awake? Here comes some big news. Breaking news here. Tracy Marie is back and she's got an Oilers mug. What is that?
I saw that earlier in the week.
How about, I thought she was a Ranger fan. Oh my God. Her and Deb Anderson are the same.
Yeah, you can follow two teams, I guess, right?
Can? Wow.
Yeah.
Can it's like you can have two husbands and two wives or whatever.
You're the one that wants to move to Salt Lake, not me, man.
That's an interesting experiment. That, you know what? We should have some kind of a game show.
Yeah.
Like multiple wives, like
There you
polygamy.
go. Yeah.
Polygamy.com.
So maybe you start with 10.
Right.
And then you start, like The Apprentice, you start firing them for various reasons.
So all the guys that are in Phoenix now, they're going to Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Imagine if the guys are thinking, okay, how do I bring this up to my wife? How do I bring this up to my girlfriend? It's legal here.
I would venture to say there's probably not one guy in that organization that's thinking that.
Okay, how about a single guy though? He's saying, okay, hold on here. I can have multiple wives.
Some guys just trying to make it to the end of the day.
That's true too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Multiple wives.
Yeah.
I know. I can't have one. Let me see here. Lindgren and Fox are like Stahl and Girardi. Don't want to break them up. Yeah, they do play well together.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes. You guys could. You know what I'd like to see happen with Fox? Love him as a player, super skilled. Just crank up that intensity just a little bit. Like he's almost a little too lackadaisical, right? But
You think that's it, or that's just the way he physically looks because he's at such a high skill level? That, sometimes it could appear a guy's not really pushing it, but he doesn't. He is. It's just his.
Good point. Yeah, Rio Rucellino was a little bit like that too.
Yes.
Probably a better skater, but really relaxed. And,
that kid could skate.
Oh God, he's good.
How did he shoot? What do he weigh? About $160?
Oh, I know. The one timers and everything. He first came in, and the one timers were accurate.
Stick.
Yeah.
Wooden stick.
Yes.
He could crank it.
Never forget, we hated him at first too because we're doing the Herbie Brooks drill. You got to go around the ice 3 times in 45 seconds.
He's doing it backwards. Probably.
Yeah, he's lapping us. We did. Yeah, I tell you, we did learn from him though, because like a bunch of dummies, we were like, you pulled the nets up a little bit, so we were like cutting a really sharp corner, going around the net. Rex was going wide, the long strides going on the crossovers and the whole bit. And he's passing us on the crossovers, and we were slowing down because we were trying to cross.
Coming into the current time.
Smarten up a little bit here.
And he finished in Edmonton, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Good player. Good guy, too.
Did you play with Pear Juice?
No, I never did. Nope.
That's a hell of a name.
Pear Juice. There was some of the names out there, like Larry Playfair, Lindy Ruff, Pear Juice.
Bart Crashley.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Who's Jesper Fast?
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting names in hockey.
Larry Spinner Spencer. Did he get killed? Was he a prisoner or something, Spencer?
Brian Spencer.
Brian Spencer.
Yeah, he got killed down in Florida. I think he bought a bar and he got shot in a bar or something like that.
Is that what it was? Wow.
Yeah. He really was a spinner too.
He's a wild guy. He's played for the Leafs and everything.
He was kind of like Eddie Shack a little bit.
Yep, a little bit. Yep. Yeah. But Eddie Shack, I think, knew what he was doing, whereas Spencer, I think, was just crazy.
Yeah, he was just out of control.
Yeah. Eddie Shack. Go to the track. Here comes Shack.
That's right.
That is Mika and Kreider. There it is, fit.
Yeah, talking to my son, he was talking about putting somebody in the right side because Gensel's available, and what was the other one I mentioned? Tyler Toffoli. I don't get too excited about him, to be honest with you.
But here's the only counter I'm going to have to it. Remember Trottier and Bossy? They always played together, and then they were alternating. Clark Gillies, John Tonelli, Bob Bourne. Same thing with Messier, or excuse me, Gretzky and Curry, right? It was different guys all the time. But, I mean, listen, ideally you want to get, 3 guys together, like the Triple Crown line there in L.A., but
and then if you really look at some of these lines, like even when it was the Triple Crown line, it's different. Like kind of Simmer was more of a skill guy, right?
Yeah, big guy, not very physical, but yeah. Dave Taylor was the guy in the corner grinding out. Yeah.
And then you had the playmaker.
Yeah.
Right?
Pudgy little guy. Pudgy little guy that ruined my life.
He was good.
Oh, he's talented. Very shy. Tracy will have to try on Rangers jersey on that Tom side, if you don't mind wearing it. But Barry's a loyal guy, but then when Tracy gets involved,
look at the reply.
Yeah, sure, anything for you. Sure, anything for you. Oh goodness.
I think like on a depth chart. I don't know where you are.
I know, that's right. Like I feel like sometimes we're buried, like we're tight.
You
like,
might
like
be buried behind Huey Croup right now.
yeah, unbelievable.
Or better yet, Larry Murphy.
Anything for you, Barry. Just don't use Tom's poster, a dartboard. Look at him. Tom's poster is a dartboard. What is that?
Wow.
Oh, man.
I see an upright. Here's your Civil War.
Yeah, there you go. Right, it's yours
Yeah.
tonight. What beach
Yeah.
will they sleep on? They won't be sleeping at a beach. So what do you do? Like, would you want to stay in Florida and party in Florida? Or you get on a plane and fly right back?
Depends. I guess who wants to go to Edmonton?
I know. They can't say that though. It's their
I know.
hometown. Although Edmonton is a fun town, though. I'll tell you, it is.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
During the winter, it's not
Not
best,
too
but
fun.
yes, it's got some.
That's when
I
I was
see.
there. And somebody pulled after the morning skate, somebody pulled the alarm in the hotel.
Oh,
So everybody got up. It was a disaster. Because
when was this?
2002.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. And so because it was nap time for the guys.
Yeah, that's right.
They
Oh, I
all
know.
got the sleep disrupted, and it's probably a fan that pulled it.
Tua. Man, there's
Tua.
like some business people out there that get a hold of her that girl. Come on, you can make millions of
She
dollars.
better trademark that.
Yeah,
Before because these things they don't live long.
yeah, totally. Yeah, she's got
a month from
a
now.
she's got a window,
Yeah.
a small window
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Tua.
The way she was laughing and smiling.
What is she like? She got a good sense of humor. That's funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's
Oh.
what makes it great. You can see
Yeah.
she's just playing.
Oh. That she knew, like she's looking at the guy doing the interview, and she looked at him. She knew she was going to get a big
Because
reaction.
she's such an innocent, cute looking
Yeah.
thing. You don't expect that to come out of her
Yeah,
mouth.
exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine her father. What are you thinking about?
Yeah,
Oh God. She'll forever be known as the Hawk Tua girl.
that's right.
She's got the tattoo on the arm and everything, so it's a little distinctive.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Who doesn't have a tattoo?
I never did. You get tattoos?
No.
I know. You ever want to get one?
When I was a young kid, I was landscaping or something, and I saw a dude had on his back a black swan, what's the horse that flies? What do you call it thing?
Oh,
Yeah. Well, anyway,
yeah.
and I thought about getting
Unicorn?
no, not a unicorn, the horse with the wings.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But it looked cool, and I thought about it, and I just never did. Then
Right.
decades went by, and then I was going to get Sean on one side, my two boys, with boxing gloves hanging because he was a fighter, and then Ty, who's an actor, the happy and sad face. Beth looked at me and go,
I know. I was told my boys I was going to get their pictures done, and they're like,
Yeah.
don't you ever do that.
Yeah.
I was going to get one on my penis. It was going to start off saying weed, and then when it expanded, when you go weekend.
well, so one time I said, why'd you, urinal, I said, why'd you get little written on your, and then he expanded, it was Little Rock class of 1968 valedictorian.
oh, God. No
Yeah.
tats, but surgery scars. Ron James has got scars. Look at all these people, like dumping on the Rangers now. They get Florida things here. We got Oilers stuff.
That's what people just turn on a dime.
I know. No tattoos for Teresa Marie.
That's good.
She probably has like a Barry Shelley tattoo on her.
Yeah, well, next week.
Uh,
But I mean, I think that's dying off too.
What's that tattoo?
Yeah, I read in the paper that they may be suffering because of the economy, because those things aren't cheap.
Yeah.
You
I know. Why would you want to? I guess somebody does their own thing.
You know what? It is what it is now. Everybody has them. My son Sean's got 1 billion of them. My other son has none.
Oh,
there you
really? He's got a lot of them? Oh.
Sean does, yeah.
Any theme to his tattoos or?
Yeah, pretty much violence. No. All right. I hope he doesn't get mad telling the story. So he graduates high school. They go down to the shore after the prom, right? A day or two later, we're in the gym boxing. He's got a fight coming up or something. And he mumbles under his breath, yeah, a couple of guys got tattoos. I go, oh, did you get one, Sean? Yeah, it's a small one. I go, let me see. So he lifts his shirt up, and on his chest here it says Mary Jane. I said, good. Oh, you got a tattoo for weed. That's awesome. Yeah, explain that to your mother, and then explain who Mary Jane is to every girl you're with the rest of your life.
Who is Mary Jane? Like, what's Mary?
Well, this is what they used to call weed back I don't know how he even knew this.
Oh.
In the 50s, they called it Mary Jane.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was a candy. So,
What's the other? Don't they call it 420 or something?
yeah, I don't know. I forget what the significance of that is. But
Yeah.
So a few years go by, and go back further back in time. I had a fighter that unfortunately passed away. He got really hurt in a fight and eventually died from a coma.
Wow.
And Sean knew him from when he was a little boy. So Sean went out and got a chest plate and it was my fighter's name was Oscar Diaz, and his fighting name was El Torito. So he had El Torito like red graffiti, and then a big bull, right, like flare, like smoke coming out of his nose, and boxing gloves. So it hid the Mary Jane.
Oh,
yeah.
Mary
So
Jane.
now we flash ahead to his freshman year in college. He breaks his leg, second day training camp, breaks his leg. So now he's in the hospital, still got his pants on. I didn't take the boot off with the skate because I figured, keep it tight. So he's in the emergency room. I said, listen, I got to get coffee. I'll be right back. So now I come back, and he gets really dark like I do in the summer. He goes, hey, Dad, they're all talking in Spanish to me. I go, listen, Professor, I'm going to go out on a limb here. But in red blazing letters across your chest, it says El Torito, and you're darker than night. So figure it out, right?
Our boy William Haynes here in Chicago has 12 tattoos. Wow. It's a bigger thing in the military, right?
Military, yeah. So when I was a kid, it was military incarceration or you were a biker. That's who had tattoos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, all the men that were like my dad's and my dad's friends and uncles, they all had them from the military, from World War II.
Right.
Popular was the hula hoop girl on your forearm here. You could flex your arm and she'd dance a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
That was a Navy thing. Yeah. But they'll tell you, like Bill Brown, you ask Bill, they revere those guys. They'll say that that's when the ships were made out of wood, the men were made out of steel.
The guys that have tattoos?
No, the World War II.
Oh, World War II guys. Oh, I see. I get you.
Navy guys. Yeah. Or anybody who served.
Yeah. Is that the way guys like Bill Brown, like a Navy SEAL? So a lot of people view like a Navy SEAL, and this, I don't want to insult others people that they're the elite of the elite. But I don't think they really look at it. Like they respect everybody that's in the
Absolutely. Yeah. And this is one of the reasons that Bill opened up the swim, because originally it was just a SEAL swim when you were there. And then opened it up to all veterans just out of his love and respect for them as well. And first responders and, LEO and all that, because they're front line. They're the guys running into the buildings, whether it's bullets coming out or fire or whatever, And so that's coming up quick too.
Well, that's right. August, right?
Yeah, August 10th.
August 10th. Cool.
So Bill ran I was supposed to be there, but I got some foot problem right now. Saturday, he ran the first of 2 test swims for the guys that are not SEALs to qualify for the swim.
Oh, very cool. Just looked up. Mary Jane is the English version of the Mexican Spanish Marijuana.
Maria Juana. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, there you go. Susan is unbelievable.
Oh, I know. Her and Barry Shelley. I mean, like Tracy could do it if she really put her mind to it, but she's not focused on.
She's focused on other things.
Yeah, it's more like her like making a grand entrance. It's all about Tracy Marie. It's really not. She's not researching for other people. It's like all about Tracy Marie.
Either that, or it's what she's focused on.
Oh goodness. All right. So Deb and I have a phone call today at 1:00 to wrap this book thing up. It's aggravating me. Jeez,
now, are you going to push this through Amazon? Is that?
Well, that's what the plan was. Maybe we'll shop around a little bit more and see what other options are. It's just so easy. Well, once you do all this stuff, it's so easy to actually get the books out because you don't do anything. People buy it online, they print it and ship it. But it's like there's
Jeff Bezos. He's really got.
God. And then like if you do it, there's Tupperware's do it. They can do it like they take 70% of the profits after everything too. Yeah, it's
really.
Well, yeah, I've got to research it more, but I just. But there's different ways that you can do it so that they take 35%, but you got to pay for shipping. So the 7% is they pay for the shipping. So it's easier, but again, by the time you got to mark it up to a price that's so high, and then they're taking 70% of like $2 or something.
I guess it gets back to 100% of one person, or 30% of a million.
Yep. Yeah, so we'll figure it out, though. We'll get it done. It's only taken like 10 years to do this book. It's been a great process. So I'll tell you what. Have you ever thought about doing a book?
Yeah, actually, because I got so many great stories from boxing and hockey and stuff like that. Yeah,
and life lessons and everything. That's what I found. Like, a lot of stuff that I didn't want to talk about before. That I realized, well, if I'm going to do this book to help other people, then you got to tell these stories that are maybe embarrassing for you. So.
Well, it's the great thing about athletics, whether you're a pro or amateur or whatever. There's so many stories, funny stuff that's life lessons. Yeah. So it really encompasses everything. Because you win, you lose, and. And I think for hockey, and especially, it's got such a history to it, and all the guys are unique. there's very few that you meet in hockey that are just dull people.
Yeah, is that true? Yeah,
Yeah.
personalities. Yeah,
Yeah.
is that true? Think back to some of the guys that you
Oh,
played
man.
with or coached, or some of the characters.
Yeah.
Well, you got to have a certain amount of character to make it to pro level
Sure.
in their sport.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, when you really think about how many kids play hockey.
Yeah.
And Bruce Driver tells a great, when we did schools, when he'd get the kids in on Friday with the pizza, about how he'll tell his story. He said basically it was just lucky. I got drafted by Colorado.
Yep.
They moved to Jersey. I went to Jersey. We were the organization was pretty bad, and I got sent to I forget, in the American League, maybe I forget where it was, but Maine Mariners, I think. And had it not been for that, he probably would have never.
Right.
You know, he says there's a good chance I never would have played in the NHL. So
it's true about the character part of it. Like I remember the end of my career there where I hurt my back. They wanted me to go down and play in the minors for a few games. And I don't know, maybe there's a little bit of intimidation factor, you know, pro NHL guy coming down in the minors, but really the locker room was just dead quiet, you know, and I'm used to be yapping all the time and everything like that, but they were like, this is my team. I can't come in here and own the locker room. But yes, the locker room, man, a blast, right? I mean, some of the funny stuff we did there.
But he goes on to say also that he grew up in Toronto, and when he was drafted, 75% of the NHL came within 100-mile radius of Toronto.
Yeah, yeah.
And he said out of all the guys that he played youth hockey with, only 2 played NHL. One only played 1 game, the other guy played 10.
Right.
So when you do that math, you go, I don't really stand that much of a chance of making
I know.
it to the NHL.
That is true. You look at the map. Somebody did that online when they did the map of where everybody in North America came from that made it to the National Hockey League. And so much centered on Minnesota, obviously, Toronto. Yeah. I know.
By the way, he and his wife Tracy it's their 40th wedding anniversary today.
Oh, with Bruce Driver?
Yeah. He met her. It's his high school sweetheart.
40 years with one woman.
Yeah.
Jeez, I was married twice and I didn't total 40 years.
Okay.
See, I mean that as a total compliment. Like it just amazes me. It's it's a great thing.
Yeah, she was a good athlete. She was a softball player, so
yeah.
Kind of.
How long have you been with Beth?
3 weeks now.
Come on now.
Almost a month. I don't know. I'd have to sit down. It's been a while. It's been a long time.
Something like 20 years or something.
Probably close to it. Yeah.
Good job. We had Jimmy Fox on our podcast.
No, she deserves credit now.
Well, good.
Every time, like when Brad will call me,
yeah,
and I'm on a speakerphone, he'll hear Beth. He'll just go, "Sorry, Beth."
We had Jimmy Fox on. I played with him out in Los Angeles. He's been with the Kings organization since he was drafted as an 18-year-old.
That's crazy.
Played, broadcast, and all the stuff he does. And
Where
it's been the same. And his wife is a high school sweetheart too.
Did he play junior? And where's he from? Is he a Western kid?
No, he's an Ontario kid. He told a great story actually too. That he was the ranked as the number 1 pick from the midget draft to go play major junior. And he admitted, he said, I just wasn't ready to leave home. I think he was drafted by Windsor, I think it was. So he stayed behind and played another junior B or whatever he was playing, and then went after that. So I didn't realize that he was the number 1 pick.
So how about Dino Ciccarelli? You can confirm it. I remember hearing he was rated higher Gretzky at one point.
Oh, is that right?
Until would he break his back or hurt his back or something?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
But they said in junior he was who was the other guy too? That little guy that was supposed to be the next Gretzky. He never. I don't even know if he played in the NHL. Dale something. Dale. Dukatich.
Oh, Titanic.
Not Morris Titanic.
No, it wasn't Morris Titanic.
What a name!
Yeah, I know. That's a good name.
Morris Titanic. Sheldon Kanigieser. Right?
Yeah.
There were some great names on that.
Yeah, really true. Yeah, it's funny.
The
Morris Titanic. Wow.
Yeah.
I can't remember the guy that was supposed to be better than Gretzky. I can't remember that.
Dale Dukatich or something. Dukatich or something. Yeah. Obviously, he wasn't. But.
Yeah. Okay. There's all the guys like who's the guy that Ottawa drafted? They put him in a dress or something. He was the first overall pick in the draft. Never played. I don't think.
Daigle.
Yeah, Alexander Daigle. That's right. Good job by you. Good job.
Yeah. Dated Madonna.
He did.
Yeah,
Alexander Daigle did
when he played in New York. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Do you ever want to date somebody like that?
Well, I mean, how many guys get a chance to date Madonna?
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Ron Duguay was dating Cher. I don't know if you should call it dating, but
I was watching a thing this morning about her. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, really?
Documentary. Yeah.
Oh. He he'll hate me for telling him. But he said he grabbed her at one point. She wasn't in very good shape. And he was all excited because he was dating Cher.
Yeah.
And then he started realizing, I'm Ron Duguay. I'm not dating this. She's not in good shape. I shouldn't be with her. I was paraphrasing a little bit, but that's
I think I would, overlook that possibly. Yeah.
Cher. Oh God. Remember he had Cheryl Tiggs was. I should be careful because I think she was married at the time, but he dated Cheryl Tiggs too.
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He never had a lack of.
Oh no.
Problem.
And the way he was so cool too, he wouldn't he wasn't being really nice to him. Like Eddie Mio, we were at one night, and she was with so Duguay, Mio, I think maybe a couple other people are sitting at the table, and she's at the table. And Dukes would get up and go to the bathroom or whatever. So Eddie started trying to hit her, like being really nice, like rubbing her back and all this kind of stuff. She just played along. And then Dukes got there, and she just blew off Eddie entirely. It was terrible because, of course, we see this going on. So we're like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
The only supermodel I had any interaction with was she was dating the kid from the other kid from Ottawa, the Russian kid.
Carol Alt?
Yeah. And it was Yashin, Alexander Yashin.
Yeah.
Trained with me one summer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Carol
She was interesting.
You know what? And I didn't really like her that much. Actually, I had to talk to her recently. Somebody wanted to get some modeling thing. And I told her she's really changed now. She's a much nicer person. Like because she's not in that business where she has to.
Yeah. It's probably a pretty tough business to be in. But
that was hard. That was hard because we're sitting on the bench with Ron, and she would famously get up. She'd sit way down by the glass, long legs, short skirt, whole bit, and then she'd get up with nothing going on and just walk around. Like the garden was different back then. They had that area like a walkway between the lower and upper bowl.
Yeah.
And she would just walk around the whole place. Everybody's whistling the whole bit. Then she just go sit back down again. She wasn't doing anything. She's just walking around. And we're sitting on the bench with Ron going, oh my God, is this uncomfortable? What?
So I don't watch television that much, right? So like regular TV. So we're going out for dinner one night. I'm in the back. And I said, so Carol, like, what are you doing? Are you on TV or anything? She goes, yeah, every Saturday night on Channel 9 on Amazon. The show is called Amazon.
Oh.
I was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of Amazon or Channel 9.
She tried to get all the other wives jealous and everything too. Like they own a house upstate, and so we were all right up there for a little team party. Of course, she's got a bikini on.
Yeah.
So when you walk in, she's grabbing all the guys and hugging them. Big long extended hug.
She's like 6'1". She's really tall.
Yeah.
So how about the girl up in Edmonton? So like the Hawk Tuah girl.
Yeah. She was in the booth with Biz Nasty. Yeah, they had Game 6. They had a booth there.
There's a guy that I got to give that kid a lot of credit.
Oh,
man.
Unbelievable! He's fantastic.
But he came out of nowhere. Really. Because he didn't play. I mean, he played, but
he'd be the first one. He's the first one to talk about it too. That he was like a 6'9" guy. He joked around about it. But like he must have been smart enough to know because he started building his social media stuff while he was still playing too. So I guess he knew what he was doing. Obviously,
right. He's hysterical though.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's really good.
I like him better than PK because he's also got some substance. Like he really breaks down plays and analyzes it and has opinion.
PK, I'm tolerating him better than I thought.
Are you getting better with him? Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. He's PK. Yeah, you had to expect it. That's just who he is.
Does that last? I mean, does that mentality like? He was really nice.
I think that's who he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just who he is.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, you've seen it, but some guys that are super talented like that just have a different way of approaching life in general.
Well, both those guys are smart, right? They're just not like everybody else. They're loud.
The best was
what's that?
He had that sports coat on, PK, and then somebody in the trailer put up a big thing behind him, like they found a couch that had the same pattern.
He's good. What did he say one day? He says, "Yeah, the rumor is I walk around with a big hammer." And then people come back later. You say I can't say that. He says, "What are you guys talking about? I have a hammer. I'm a plumber or something like that."
Yeah, carpenter.
Yeah. Did you see Duguay takes? Did you see Duguay takes supplements once a week? Posted a picture of the Ivy Bay. Yeah, he was going down to South America someplace to have some. I don't know what it was. They take your blood out and they like spin the blood around or something and put it back in or something.
Well, that's plasma. That's for injuries. Yeah. There are places though. There's businesses where you can go and get IVs the next day to help with basically a hangover because they rehydrate you.
Oh.
And it's supposed to be pretty effective. Beth's friend, her daughter went to a bachelorette party down in Nashville, and they knew they were going to get hammered. So they already had this appointment the next day to go get the IVs. They bring it right to your hotel room.
Wow.
Like a nurse.
Do you think that's a good idea?
If you're gonna get hammered, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
get hammered.
Right. Yeah. Is that what the hangover comes from? Being dehydrated?
Dehydration. Yeah, and loss of electrolytes.
Oh man,
That's why they suggest if you're gonna drink a lot of water.
a lot of water.
So you spend a whole night in the bathroom, but
We in college, well, I guess it was after his college, I turned pro, we go back up to Marquette, Michigan during the summer. And our goal was to get so we went out at night. The goal was to get so hungover that our hair hurt, or go so hungover that our ears hurt. It's like, it's like, then wake up in the morning, do we do it? Do we do it?
I was in Tulsa. I had a friend that went out there to play a little bit with the Oilers in the old Central Hockey League. This is a long time ago. We got so blasted that he took us to an Indian reservation where we're going to see a doctor who's going to give you a shot of vitamin B12. It's supposed to cure you. This guy, Tom, has got to be, he was like 93. He came out shaking with the needle like this. So I went, no, I'm good. I'm good.
It was like our doctor at Marquette, Michigan, too. Our doctor, if you ever got cut after the second period, you just let it bleed because he was drinking all the game long.
Yeah.
Like he'd lean over, like if you have a cut by your eye, he'd lean over and the booze is just coming out of his pores.
Oh,
like
geez.
that.
And I'm good. I got it.
Yeah. Don't need to freeze the doc. I don't need another needle going here. This just sew it up. One stitch. That's good.
Well, when I was in New York, they used the dentists because they were really good with small sutures.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, that's serious. Yeah.
Really?
So yeah, they wouldn't. So normally, I guess the general MD or the orthopedic guy would be the one to do the suturing, but the dentists are so good with sutures because it's like plastic surgery. He's really
Very cool. Tom Lysiak had a beautiful wife.
Mm-hmm.
We should go through like a list sometime of all the beautiful wives and the wives or girlfriends in the National Hockey League. Ron Duguay's first wife, Robin. Oh my gosh, just like she's one of that little petite little Barbie blonde hair and everything like that. Oh,
well, Rod Schobert married a woman. Again, I'm going to show my age, but Eastern Airlines, they had a girl coming out of the bikini, like out of the water,
right? Saying,
"Hey, fly to Florida on Eastern." And that's what he married.
Oh, is that right? He did.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah.
Roger Barron, a funny man he was.
Yeah,
he had great. He always had that energy going too. He was always in a good mood.
Yeah.
I think some other good looking wild house. She crashed with Carol Walt.
Hmm.
She set me up with this beautiful.
Gretzky with
yeah, it's true. Yeah, she set me up with a beautiful model. Carol did.
What happened?
She was too good. I dumped her. Seriously, it was almost like too good. Like she's making money. She had a house in the city, all this kind of stuff. And I remember breaking up with her, sitting in the car, and she's crying because nobody's ever broken up with me before. Seriously, the guy's like, "What are you thinking about?" I was like, "It's too good,
too easy."
Yeah. Beautiful body. She came first date. We had a Halloween party. She came just as the Jolly Green Giant. She had like a tight green outfit on.
Yeah,
skin tight too.
Yeah, Kenny dated a girl that was an actress. She was on one of the more famous Seinfeld ones when they go out to Long Island.
Yeah.
Remember the one with the shrinkage?
Oh yeah.
She's on that episode, right?
Oh, okay.
What was her name? Melody Smith, I think her name was.
Melody Smith.
So she showed up for a playoff game, and I was sitting where the wives sit, and she comes walking down. She's wearing a one-piece leather, like blue, skin-tight, whatever it was.
Right.
And literally, guys were standing up, sections just.
Oh, that was. I told you the story too. Where the woman started banging on the glass. Oh man, I sucked. I've told you that whole story, right? Oh yeah. So we're at the Garden. Herbie Brooks is coaching, and I'm on the ice. And there's a TV timeout. We're playing terrible. So Herbie's losing his mind. He's yelling at us. So as you know, I'm looking at Herm on the bench. So behind him is the people in the stands, obviously, and especially still like this now, but even more so back then before the new guard.
Lower glass.
Yeah, everybody's all dressed up, the suits and the dresses and the fur coats and a whole bit. And this, so I'm trying to pay attention to her, but you can't help it, right? I'm like 24 years old, 25 years old. This beautiful, beautiful woman, all dressed up, the fur coat and nylon, so a bit. She's walking down the aisle towards our bench, and she's staring at me. So of course I'm thinking, okay, I guess she wants me, right? I'm that 25-year-old cocky guy that thinks every woman that looks at me wants me. So she starts getting closer and closer down to the glass, and I think she's going to lean over and like put her business card between the panes of glass. He's going to put it in. I'm thinking, no, like Herbie's going to see this. He's going to lose his mind. And now the guys on the bench see this happen, and they're trying to pay attention to her, but they're looking to go, Tom, holy smokes. Because she was beautiful. She gets down to the glass there, and she starts banging on the glass. She goes, Laidlaw, you suck. You're terrible. Guys were dying because the scene, they can see the whole thing. I'm thinking I'm Mr.
That's awesome.
Studman. Oh, God, it's funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll never forget that, the look on her face, because she really made, I don't know if she did it on purpose or not to make it look like she was like really into me.
Right.
And then when she started banging on the glass, oh yeah, oh totally.
Real Jan.
She reeled me in. Yeah. Oh, funny stuff. Playing the garden. All right, so we both got Edmonton winning tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say it's going to be 3-1 late, and they're going to pull in goalie, Florida's, and Edmonton will score a couple, so it'll end up being 5-1.
McDavid with a goal and 2 helpers.
Yep. So who's going to get MVP then? Did David win it during the early part of the playoffs? Did he play that well?
You know what? I didn't see that much of that side of the planet.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. Yeah. But then, Skinner played well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he'd be an interesting pick because he really came out of nowhere to play. Me included, a lot of people were like, no way, they can't win it.
Well, nobody gave Edmonton a chance because of him. A lot of people said it's not going to happen.
As much as I really like, what's his name, too, Knobloch, the coach. You're really happy for him, too, right, to be stepping in there.
Absolutely.
Because remember, they had a bad start. They were out of the playoffs early in the season for the good quarter season. That's amazing. I like that when teams come back like that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
All right, so Huck Tua.
It sounds like almost like a native thing,
I know. God, she's funny. Everybody hasn't seen it. It's just hilarious the way she does it. Like, she probably couldn't even reincarnate, do it all over again if she wanted to.
Oh yeah, it was hysterical.
But she was cute, kind of doing it. Like
she was playing it. She was very good at it. Yeah.
Her and her friend too. Her friend earlier on, they started getting interviewed. Her friend called her wife. Like I didn't know if they were, but then they're also talking about.
They're probably playing. Just trying to really get a reaction.
Exactly. They seem like they had that sense of humor.
They get a reaction.
Yeah, they'd be funny to hang out with. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What'd you say? How do you get over a relationship? You get over one and under the other or something.
There you go. That's it.
All right. So Susan raised a good point here. You got to like McDavid. Well, I guess obviously, but he had those 8 points in 2 games there. But then again, he comes back last game and doesn't get a point. Not even shot on net.
Yeah. But his presence is half a goal.
Yeah. And then, so the decision then to stay in Florida, or do you fly back? Everybody thinks some people mentioned you should fly back to Edmonton and party back there.
I'd stay for a day or two, just decompress.
I know, decompress. So here's the thing too. So it takes like 6 hours, like they said it was, to fly back and forth. So, or one way. But okay, so you win the Stanley Cup. Game starts at 8. You're not done until probably 10:30, 10:45. Then you're partying in the locker room for a good couple hours. So you don't get out of the locker room until like 1 or 2 in the morning. Then you got to fly back. I guess then there's a 2-hour time change. So by the time you get back,
it's still not going to be a pleasant feeling.
I know. Yeah, you get back.
You have all the fans there, and you'll be all banged up. Yeah. I'd wait a day or two.
You get back like 8 in the morning. You're hammered.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do. I'm in Washington when they won it there a couple years. Man, they partied good. They were smart. Oh.
Yeah.
And they won it in in Vegas too, right? Were they swimming in the fountains?
Yeah.
I saw a picture of Ovechkin with his shirt off, and it looked like,
what's going on?
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Wow, he's let it go.
Yeah, he really did. Yeah. He really did.
The rumors were that for a long time that he was really big in the juice, like he was.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm wondering too.
Yeah, because that looks like a juiced up body, right? Like
it looks like a juiced up body that hasn't been in the gym for a while.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. He really likes pounding cocktails pretty good. He likes his beers.
It's Russian.
Yeah.
Well, I was there. Everything's vodka. It's cloudy out vodka.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. All right, brother. Everybody, 988 hotline. Everybody take care of each other. Shoulder check. Looking out for each other. Ask people if they're doing okay. There's still a lot of mental health issues. There's way more stuff going out there that we know about, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Awful looking at the showing all the numbers. Like two men every minute take their own lives in the United States. Wow.
No, it's bad, and it's getting much worse.
There's
just too much going on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, let's cheer each other on, guys. Take care of each other.
Keep smiling.
Yeah, I will see everybody. I don't know if we're doing a podcast. The Full Change podcast will be out on Wednesday. I'll be on Thursday. So everybody have a fantastic week. Enjoy the weather.
Got it, man.